Selling is blank. I want you to complete that sentence. Whatever the very first thing comes up for you, like I want you to just just share it. Don't filter it. Don't try to clean it up, make it sound like what you think it should sound like. Don't judge yourself. Just really think of like when I say selling is blank, what was that first thing that came up for you? And I want it to be the very first thing. Another one, when I show up to sell, I blank. I want you to fill in whatever that blank is for you. The very first response that comes up. When I show up to sell, I blank. What is that? What is that first distinct response that comes up when you hear that sentence? And then lastly, when I state my sales price on a sales call, internally, I blank. What is that blank for you? When I state my sales price on a sales call, internally, I blank. And so this exercise was really just to uncover whatever your subconscious programming is, whatever your default programming when it comes to selling. I really wanted to be able to, I want you to be able to expose that. And so this is what's really keeping you from making sales in your coaching business, whatever that default programming is. So if you said selling feels cringy, then you will avoid selling if you want to avoid that feeling of cringiness. Maybe you thought when I show up to sell, I shrink, right? Like, why though? You want to dive a little deeper to say why. Why do you shrink? Because if you're constantly shrinking when it's time to sell, are you going to make sales? If the last question was, when I state my price on a sales call, internally, I doubt, right? Or whatever that is for you. I'm just throwing examples out there. So if you're doubtful, that is the energy that your clients are feeling. And this is why, if they're saying no to you on your sales calls, this is why, because they're picking up on your sales synergy. And so, like I shared before, do you focus more on sales strategy or sales synergy in your business? And I'm going to break down both. Okay. So we'll start with the sales strategy. And so this is only 5% of sales. Sales strategy is only going to equate to 5% of your sales, because this is like the tangible stuff, right? So it's the hook, it's the funnels, it's the scripts that a lot of people use. It's the captions that you're using. And oftentimes, like a lot of coaches, they'll focus on, oh, what do I need to say? Right? Tell me what to say, instead of just like, who do I need to actually be? Right? And so you want to know, like, how to structure your offer, what to say, how to pitch. Teach me how to pitch. But this is just 5% of it. Like, this is just like the processes, right? And you want to know like exactly what to say on a sales call. You want the entire script. You want everything just mapped out for you. You want it all done for you, right? And this is only the 5%. It's not really what you truly need. And inside of my coaching program, I have this. I have the strategies. I help my clients to build out their simplified sales funnel. I have custom GPTs. I have a whole like 7-step process when it comes to like sales calls, just a guide really. And even I have a custom GPT that helps you with sales objections. Like, you put in your niche, you put in your offer and the things that you do as a coach, just 3 questions. And then the custom GPT, like, it prompts you with sales objections for your offer, so that it builds that muscle so that you can practice handling objections, like all the strategy stuff. We got that, right? But this is only 5%. This is only 5%. And the other 95% of it is your sales synergy. What is your sales synergy? It's your subconscious beliefs about selling. And so this is why I wanted to start with that exercise. When I think of selling, I think blank. Like, what is the very first thing that pops up for you without you filtering it, without you feeling judgment or shame? just what comes up for you, because that is your default programming. That is your default programming. And so if you are feeling fearful of being seen, if you are feeling fearful of rejection, if you are feeling fearful of judgment when you show up to share and market your offer, and to not even so much really market it, but when it comes to selling, like when you're asking for, when you're inviting someone in, right? And this is what is your sales synergy, is really like your nervous system tightening. Why is your nervous system tightening? Because your subconscious beliefs are responsible for 95% of your actions. It's responsible for your automatic nervous system. So when was the last time you had to actually think about breathing? You don't. When was the last time you had to think about your heart pumping? You don't, because it's automatically controlled through your subconscious mind. And it's the same thing with your belief systems. Your belief systems, the programming that you've acquired throughout your years, is what's filtering. It's literally responsible for your actions and inactions. Like, you don't have to think about it. And this is why you stay in a loop, right? You don't have to think about the you get up out of the bed the same way every morning, right? You do pretty much practically the same thing every single day. You go, you have a routine. You go, get out the bed, same side, put your slippers on, go to the bathroom. When you're driving to work, you're taking the same route. You don't have to think about it. Why? Because it's subconsciously programmed. And it's the same thing here with your sales. So if you are having fears, underlying fears and subconscious beliefs, that fear that selling is sleazy, selling is selfish, rich people are greedy, or the filthy rich, or money doesn't grow on trees, and you have all this scarcity thoughts and beliefs behind selling and sales and money, you're subconsciously going to be repelling the very thing that you want to grow your business. Like, you need sales to grow your business. And so a lot of these programming, the sales synergy comes from past disappointments. It comes from you feeling, it just feels awkward when it comes to selling because of these subconscious beliefs. And you feel like inviting people into your offer, it makes you feel, in subconsciously, you're thinking, oh, I seem needy, like I'm desperate for a sale. Or so you start to over explain instead of just simply inviting people in. And so sales synergy is so important for your business. It's literally 95% of it, because when you are on the sales calls, or when you are creating content, when you are going live, people feel your energy. It's more, they feel your energy behind the words you're saying. It's one thing to say certain words. You can say all the right words, but if your energy and your beliefs behind it don't align, people feel that dissonance. They can't put their finger on it all the time, but they feel it. They're like, oh, something's off. I'm not going to buy. However, when you align both strategy and synergy, this is where sales become natural. The 5% with the 95%, this is where you're going to make 100% sales. Why? Because now your strategy and your synergy align. So selling it's just natural to you, because now you have the reprogramming of the belief systems that's required to support you